All right, the Kabbalah of a bicycle. Are you ready? I'm gonna try and break it down quick style. And put my bike over here on this tree. Okay, very simply, we have two wheels. One front one, one back one. We're gonna break it down like this. We're gonna say that the front one is Keter, the crown. If you know anything about Kabbalistic understanding of creation, you understand the concept of makom panui, free space, which is the inside of the wheel, and you understand the inyan of kavim, which are the lines, the hut, the line of light that was shined into the free space. Malhut and Keter are similar, and we'll get into that. Now we're going from below to above, so we'll take the forks, and we could say that that is either Chachma and Bina or Chesed and Gevura, depending on how you're looking at it. If you want to go from the top, then you would say that the handlebars are Chachma and Bina respectively. Chachma and Bina, okay? The fact that it's one bar is significant because it says that Chachma and Bina are two lovers that never separate, father and mother. If you want it to be Chesed and Gevura, obviously your right arm and your left arm go here to steer. We're gonna call this right here Das. Back in the day, we used to call this the headset, which is very appropriate because Chachma, Bina, and Das, which is wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, are all contained within the head, the Rosh. This here is in the shape of a Dalet, and that would represent Das. So this is basically the Das. Here we have Seferot, the two main parts of the bike. Here, the seat post, we're gonna call Yesod. This is the foundation. This is where you set and where you maneuver, which is connected to the two pedals, which we could call Netzach and Hod, or also respectively, the back forks could also be Netzach and Hod. The gears themselves are basically a microcosm of a whole Seder Estalshalis, which is translated as a chain-like progression from world to world. So as you shift from one gear to the next, it's like you are shifting from one world to the next. Every gear is respectively either harder or easier, depending, and it depends on how much pressure you have to actually put into your feet in order to get it to go. You see I have two reservoirs for water. Those are the respectively the two Torahs, because Ein Mayim Ela Torah, there's no water but Torah. So I have two reservoirs which represent the oral and the written Torah. I have lights. I have three lights on my headset. Those are the three lights of Chachma, Bina, and Das. The back wheel is Malchut, and basically this is where all of the power goes into. All the generated force and exertion goes into Malchut, and that's what makes you go forward. All the energy is put into that back tire, and if you know about Malchut takes all of the lights from the seferot above it and coalesces them and becomes the Keter or the Keser for the next world below it. So this is where where the rubber meets the road, sort of say. Also, you could look at the human being on top of the cycle as also Keter, like where you want to go is where your bike's gonna go. Now, I got into cycling because I had high blood pressure, and they put me on medication, a couple of medications, amlopine and something else, and there's a lot of bad side effects that I wasn't aware of, but at the time I didn't feel like I had any other alternatives. I went online, I started to research and see how am I going to get off this medication. It really bothered me. At 44, I was on high blood pressure medication, and I saw everybody was saying the same thing. 3 times a week, a half an hour each time, cardiovascular exercise, and work on your diet, and you can get off the medication. So sure enough, I did that. I joined a gym, I started doing exercise, worked on my diet, and I was off the medication within 2 weeks. But I wasn't happy with my results, and I realized that I needed to do a lot more. So I took up cycling, and I got addicted, and I love it, and it's been amazing. And I would probably say that I'm in the best shape that I've ever been in my entire life, including my teenage years and my adolescence and my 20s and everything else. I get a lot of compliments, and I'm very happy that I picked it up. And so these are just some of my insights, some observations. As the RE says, that you should be able to see the seferot in all of creation, and so I look for it purposely. But the most important thing about cycling, and the most important thing to remember, is you must keep your balance. And if you don't have balance, you're done. You're through. You're going to end up on the concrete. You're going to end up bloody. You're going to end up missing teeth. You're going to end up breaking bones. And it's going to be tragic for you. So the most important thing in all of cycling is the balance. And I believe that's the most important thing in life, is keeping a balance. And yeah, in the seferot, the same thing is true. Tiferes represents mercy. Rachamim is when kindness and judgment are blended together to come out with the correct result, which is mercy. And so Tiferet is the focal point of all of the seferot, and that needs to be mercy, like the 13 attributes of mercy of God. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. This has been the Kabbalah of a bicycle.